They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Colorado Buffaloes, Boulder, Colorado. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the California Golden Bears, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Buffaloes about to kick it away and get this season started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Cal Bears offense will have the first possession of the game. Snags a quick pass on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Line getting set on second down. Brown will throw it. Creates a little room. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
There's a lot of QBs that when they...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And the Golden Bears are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Got his man quickly. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back him off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding him? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And here comes the field goal unit. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
And he takes this from inside the 5. So Colorado's offense has its first opportunity of the day. This guy has all of the battle scars. He's got all of the trust of this team, David, as he has been their leader, their warhorse throughout his career.
Yeah, in college football, but now he's taking his talents to a new team. And
touchdown, Bucks! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And it'll be a touchback, the ball arrived from the 25. Brown wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Marshall. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Looking to throw on first down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back open in the middle. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Caught in the backfield. It's James. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down. And the Golden Bears will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. And the Buffaloes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Trying play action. Quickly to the tight end. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. The Buffaloes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Lewis to throw. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Use the play fake, now to throw. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go to the ground. Shows a little flash as he slips his way out to the 10.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. He's got him. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Golden Bears will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. The option look. Now the pitch. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Colorado. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Buffaloes will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Brown will throw it. Pocket breaking down. He's going to take off. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's James. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. It's complete to the left. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Rush is on him. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone.
And it's really good third down defense. You've given up some yards. Who cares? Down here right near the goal line, you bow your neck up. You force the fourth down. Nice job breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
So they will eschew the short field goal attempt and instead try to score from the 5 on fourth down. Brown wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown!
Oh man, how you catch that?
Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, diving catches always look sweet, but they look even sweet.
That shit crazy. Look at this. Well, he took it from him though. Look at that though. That's crazy.
For a touchdown. That's shades of Desmond Howard back in the day, winning a Heisman Trophy and making catches against Notre Dame. That was unbelievable.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Makes the grab. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Quarterback running on the draw. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. And the Buffaloes can really attack on this second and short. Here's the give off the left side. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Guys, let's look big picture at Colorado. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster.
The rarest of drops for this guy. The Buffaloes line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Brown will throw it. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Zings it complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. It'll be 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The Golden Bears send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Lewis wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking downfield very late in the half. He fires one deep down the right side. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. Unloads it left. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again.
A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far today in Boulder, and welcome in to the halftime update. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas at Folsom Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Golden Bears will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward, Palmer. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better second half?
They'll go with the 5 wide out set on 2nd and 7. Lewis to throw. using his legs to buy some time. Stands in and takes the hit.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Snagged out of the air. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown. Second half.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sweeney. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He lofts one down the sideline. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or 2 and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Going up top again. On the move, he fires. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Already proven reliable. Once he'll try a 2nd field goal, this one a 37-yarder. It's good. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. The run from the shotgun. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Quarterback making checks. Lewis wants to pass. Bringing the heat. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but, man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Buffaloes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Touch pass on the right. Turning it on. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 1st down. And the Buffaloes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. Got the quick pass. They'll get him out of bounds and mark
all week long. You've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break. And they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Finds his man. It's Coleman. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. The offense changing the play. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Miller. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They get in the backfield and make the play, and that's how they'll finish off this 3rd period. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. The give to the left side. Across the 10, got it out to the 14. That's a gain of 5.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver.
Going deep. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
The The offense is trying to put the defense on their heels. On the second play of the drive, they completed a big one. And on the third play, they take another shot. Didn't come up with that one, but wouldn't surprise me if they tried again here.
Slips away. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Golden Bears will send out the punt unit. Let's see what he can do with it.
Come on, get the fuck out the way, man.
Turn at about the 28-yard line.
Fuck.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Lewis to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Buffaloes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Miller. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Motion from the wideout. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run the sneak for it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Lewis wants to pass. Skips away from pressure. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buffaloes! That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Swings it out to his running back. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. And the Golden Bears are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Golden Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Here comes the option. Got room to work. There he goes. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bucs!
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the upright. It's 28-13. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown wants to pass. Here's a heat. It's complete to the right. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. And the Golden Bears want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass on 2nd down. Finds his man down the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Looking downfield on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it.
Let me go for the ball.
It just trickled through his fingers. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. The Golden Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Under fire. Catch in the middle. It's James. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the play fake. He's got an open man. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And the Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Brown will throw it. Pressure coming. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. He's looking downfield to throw. It's complete. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Big man.
Oh, they didn't even let me swipe for the ball, man. That shit's so gay.
Touchdown, and how about this? It's not over yet.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. Breaks into the open, headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Colorado!
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Brown wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's James. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Marshall. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. He's got it, first down and more. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He unleashes a long one. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And after this play, the cake will be baked. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
Thanks so much.
Good game. A little sloppy, but it was the first game, getting used to the guys. They say we was top 10 in recruiting. Let me look at that. We definitely got a good class. Let me make sure that the announcers ain't tripping. Yeah. Oh wow. We do got a top. Well, let's see. Still early, but shit, that's pretty dope. But that's gonna change, obviously. But we have been recruiting. I Thought the announcers was tripping when they said top 10. That pretty much wraps it up. Who we got next week? All right, we got Auburn, Duke, Utah. Got some users this week. I mean, this year. So it's gonna be fun. Now it's time to get on this Madden, man.